You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.
The Minor League Cricket 2024 season rolls on in Atlanta Paramount Stadium in Atlanta, Lauderdale, Georgia, where Atlanta Lightning will host Fort Lauderdale Lions. Fort Lauderdale Lions won the toss and elected to bat. Same scenario yesterday as this match played on the Friday evening, where the Lions batted first and they scored 118 for 7. And then the Lightning came in and knocked it off 119 for 6 with 7 balls remaining. For the Fort Lauderdale Lions, top scorer Mario Rampasad with 53 helped them get to 118. And then Sunny Patel, the established captain of the Lightning, came in with a 50 off of 38 deliveries and guiding the Lightning to victory. Well, the standings in the Southern Division, these are two teams going in opposite directions. Atlanta Lightning, six games played, 3 won, 3 lost. And as for the Fort Lauderdale Lions, 4 games played, all 4 lost. They have yet to win a match. As we look at the Lions lineup, Tangerine Chandapal, son of Shivnarayan Chandapal, will be captaining this team. Sharma, Isaiah Raja, Mario Rampasad, who had that 50 yesterday, is back in the lineup. Siddiqui, Prasad, Clinton Prestano, Adam Khan, Elton Tucker Jr., the U21 player, Vincent Tagarsi, and Kevin Stout, the legendary Minor League Cricket 2024 player, is back in the Fort Lauderdale Lions lineup. As for the Atlanta Lightning, well, Umkar Chand will be in this match. Swaib Tai, the opening bowler, will be there as well. Amrit Pore, Aaron Chintry, Mark Parchment, the veteran, will be captain in the side. Prasad Murthy, Kumar Chava, Fani Simadri, Jinal Siddiqui, and company to go along with Aaron Chinchu and Amit Pore. So Atlanta Lightning taking the field first after losing the toss. Fort Lauderdale Lions winning, deciding to take first strike. Atlanta Lightning in their last 2 matches, well, 3 matches. They had the doubleheader against Atlanta Fire last weekend. Won the first match on the Saturday, lost the second on the Sunday, bounced back yesterday, and beat the Fort Lauderdale Lions. Fort Lauderdale Lions have had a rough go of it so far in 2024. And September 6th, losing to Morrisville Raptors by 4 wickets. The next day, losing to the Baltimore Royals by 8 wickets. Then they actually bowled first for the first time and lost by 2 runs, by 62 runs to the Baltimore Royals. Then they started to bat again yesterday against the Lightning and still lost by 4 wickets. So the 2 opening batters will be Tangerine Chandapal and the newcomer, Isaiah Raja, who was promoted from number 4 in the lineup to opening batting with Chandapal. And Swaib Tai, who had 4 overs, 1 for 16, was incredible, set the tone for the Lightning early on in the innings. So Tai to Chandapal. And this one is whipped away. There's cover on the onside. So a single for Chandapal. Chandapal could only muster up 1 run. He was bowled by Swaib Tai yesterday. And this time Chandapal is off the mark. Chandapal could only get 1 run off of 8 deliveries. Really struggled in the middle. Isaiah Raja getting his first strike. He was caught by Patel, bowled by Chava for 14 off of just 10 deliveries, 2 fours. Promoted to the top of the lineup. And right away, swipe tight, hitting his straps. He hits the stumps. His appeal for the square leg umpire. Not out. So the 34-year-old swipe tight, bowling to Raja. Again, just one run and tie. I tell you what, doesn't miss much. He has two fielders out in the boundary on the onside. And he's coming around the wicket to the left-handers. And he keeps daring them to go across the line to try and score big in the power play. This one tossed up. And again, Chanderpaul pulls it off the off stump and works it into the leg side for another single. So three singles rather, in the over. Is this the day Fort Lauderdale Lions can get off the mark in the win column? And this one kept a little low off the toe of the bat by Raja. So an uneventful first over. 4 singles off of it. It's 4 without loss.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
We are back in beautiful Lauderdale, Georgia for this Atlanta Lightning Fort Lauderdale Lions 2.0 match. Yesterday, the Lightning winning by 4 wickets. Man of the match, Sonny Patel, who's not in the lineup today. He's sitting this one out. And Akil Posa will be sharing the opening of the bowling with Shoaib Tai. Akil Posa, the U21 prospect, bowling to Isaiah Raja. Posa yesterday, 4 overs, 2 for 23. Very impressive with his medium pace. Well, when it comes to batting, Tangerine Chanderpaul, who is on the non-strikers end in the top 10 of runs scored in minor league cricket 2024. And Raja goes after this one. Lifts it over cover. Will it get to the boundary? It doesn't. Two more to the total. 6 without loss. Raja yesterday, 14 off of 10. Raja. Posa. Right on middle and off. Thick outside edge. And that's the spirit of the Lightning right now. A bit of a must-win for Atlanta Lightning. It's not desperation time. But with Morrisville Raptors and Baltimore Royals both sitting on 9 points and idle, Lightning coming into this match with 6 points. Understand Atlanta Fire beating the Galaxy to move to 8 points. Lightning have to win to stay in that top echelon of the Southern Division. Hits him in the pad. Huge appeal for LBW. Poster looks at the umpire. And the umpire agreeing that it was angling down the leg side. Poser. And Raja just pulling this off stump to deep mid wicket. The Atlanta Lightning started off with a loss against Morrisville Raptors on August 30th. Then came back to beat Baltimore Royals by 3 wickets the following day. And then on September 1st, the third day, got trounced by the Raptors by 38 runs. Then bouncing back again to beat the Fire in the first match of the Atlanta Derby. And this one is pulled onto the onside. And it's going to be fielded. So winning the first match in the Atlanta Derby on the Saturday last week in rainy conditions, beating Atlanta Fire by 3 wickets. Then the Fire came back and beat the Lightning by 4 runs in a breathtaking last over. Then the Lightning coming back. They have that tendency of once they lose, they come roaring back in the next match. They beat the Lions yesterday by 4 wickets. So it's been 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss, then 1 win. Let's see what happens today against the Lions. Swaib Tai just making sure his field is pristine. Tai to Raja. Raja's down the ground. He meets Tai and helps this one over long on. That one had some power in it. With authority. Shoaib Tai, who 4 overs only went for 16 runs yesterday, has just been greeted by Isaiah Raja. And a message was sent. So like we mentioned with the Lightning, losing to the Raptors in the opening day, coming back against the Royals the day after, losing to the Raptors after that, then coming back against the Fire the day after, then losing to the Fire, then beating the Lions. It's been a seesaw season for Atlanta Lightning. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. Can they maintain form and get their 4th win of the season? And after that big hit, Swaib Tai is tinkering with his field. This one is turned off his legs. So the score has been corrected. Raja 12 off of 10, 16 without loss. Tangerine Chandapol playing from his crease, just gets one. Swaib Thai, born in Chikli, Gujarat, in India. And Raja has swept him again over mid-wicket for 6. He measured him in the first over and is now delivering in Swaib Thai's second. Well, after the 6 over long on, he puts this leg outside and plays across the line of the ball, took the ball from outside off stump and smashed it with a sweep slug for 6. Picking it up, dispatching it. Maximum. .23 without loss. And it's going to take a while to retrieve this one. It was hit a long way by Raja. Swaib Thai has had a extensive experience with Baroda in India. Played some first-class cricket there. Now he's in the US, applying his trade at 34 years old. Raja lifts this one over cover. Does it have enough legs on it? It does. Down the hill it goes. 4 more to Raja. Onside, offside, makes no difference to him. 27 now after just 3. Going inside out. Getting on the inside of the ball and lifting it away over cover. So 4 more to the total. 27 for no wicket after 3. Chanderpaul in the top 10 with runs scored in minor league cricket. Coming into this match, and Posa checks his run-up. So the Guyanese Chanderpaul and the Trinidadian Isaiah Raja really setting the tone for this Lions team, who won the toss and elected to bat. This one is short and cut away by Chanderpaul, and it's 4. Starting to find his groove, Tajnarine Chanderpaul. He races on to 14 off of 8. Short delivery by Sosa. And just wristy cut shot by Chanderpaul. .38 without loss. And this one is punched to the offside for 1. So Raja, who's 23 off of 14, the man from Sangre Grande, Trinidad and Tobago, played just about 15 first-class matches, 27 innings for Trinidad and Tobago, 621 runs at an average of 23.88 for Raja. Good delivery by Posa. So that is the end of the 4th over. 10 runs and over being scored so far, 40 without loss, as the Lions try to roar back.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
It's going to be Samadri to replace Swipe Tai, who's been roughed up in his first 2 overs. As this Lions team, 40 without loss. Isaiah Raja, 24 for 15, leading the way. And yesterday, Samadri, 4 overs, none for 31. Left-handed seamer. Raja's down the ground, driving. Well, with Raja batting at number 4 yesterday, getting just 14 runs, I think the promotion was a wise decision. Now Tajnarine Chanderpaul has someone to build an innings with. Doesn't feel all the pressure in scoring. As Samadri has bowled 1 wide, and it looks more like 2 wides. And Samadri is going to be asked maybe to be relieved. 2 dot balls and then a wide. And looks like the left arm seamer is not feeling too well. Getting some water. It is very hot in Lauderdale, Georgia. As you can see, Tangerine Chanderpaul wiping his brow with his shirt. The 28-year-old has a test match century under his belt. Isaiah Raja representing his country, Trinidad and Tobago. As minor league cricket 2024, the expectation now is that talent from all over India, Pakistan, the Caribbean, Canada, South Africa come to this stage and perform. So just a mini water break after Simadri was struggling with some dehydration. He's back to his mark, and Raja and Chanderpaul suit back up. This one is pitched up down the leg side. Is an appeal for caught behind. Raja is unmoved. It was an excellent take by Umka Chand. Here's that delivery again. It was certainly down the leg side, trying to just flick it off his pads. Looks like it hit his pad, his right foot. And that was maybe what caused the sound and made Simadri interested. Simadri, and Raja gets the ball off the toe of the bat. So Chanderpaul, who has been more of the aggressive of the two in the recent overs, gets back on strike. Fort Lauderdale Lions at the bottom of the table in the Southern Division, yet to get a point. They've shown that they can put up some scores, but defending has been atrocious. Their bowling has not been up to par. Chanderpaul pushing to points, no run. Just whipped off his waist, Chanderpaul. Deep mid wicket comes around. Just the one. And that takes us through 5 overs. It's 43 without loss. So Chanderpaul with the single will take strike. It's going to be Siddiqui. Siddiqui yesterday, 3 overs, 1 for 25. Got the wicket of Clinton Pistano, LBW. Pistano was going guns. But Chanderpaul at this moment, 16 off of 11. 43 runs in the first 5, the last over of the power play. And Siddiqui is going to have to do it all over again. This one beats Chanderpaul with a slower delivery right off the bat. Comes flying into Chanderpaul and then bowls a slower ball. Very first delivery. And Isaiah Raja is going to mention that in his observation. Siddiqui, Chanderpaul, and just sort of pushed like only Chanderpaul can. Neither backward nor forward. Just flicks the wrists and it goes back to the bowler. And this one is pulled high in the air. And it is going to fall just short of deep mid wicket. A drop catch in the deep. It was Mark Parchment, the captain. A full delivery by Siddiqui. Chanderpaul got it not in the middle, and it carried all the way to deep mid wicket, and Parchment put the catch down. Excellently bowled by Siddiqui. Flat, it turned back into the left-hander, got the outside edge. So 2 more to Raja. He goes to 27. Last 2 deliveries of the power play. Current run rate at 8.12. Raja pushes again. Dot ball. And a reverse sweep by Siddiqui. Huge appeal. Umpire says not out, and that's going to be the last delivery of the power play. The Lions get 46 from it after 6 overs, but no wickets have fallen. Here's Siddiqui hurrying in for a leg spinner. He bowls them flat and he gets some bounce. And a reverse sweep by Isaiah Raja. Hits him on the back foot, but looks like it hit him outside the line of off stump. Umpire unmoved. Chanderpaul facing Chava, the new bowler, right arm medium pace around to the left-hander, and he drives that one, and the 3 stumps prevent a boundary. Well, there's nothing more scenic than a straight drive in cricket, but I think Chanderpaul hit it too straight. You can see the disappointment in his face after the ball hit the stumps, right back past the bowler. Umpire was in trouble. And his stumps prevented the boundary. Chava yesterday, 1 over, 1 wicket for 7 runs. Chanderpaul is down the track, trying to be more aggressive and go after Chava. Isaiah Raja effortlessly just drives this into long on, gets a single. Isaiah Raja, part of the Queen's Park Cricket Club in Trinidad and Tobago. Certainly one of the more recognized cricket clubs. Tajureen Chanderpaul, hailing from Guyana. Former West Indies Test cricketer. And he pulls this one to mid-wicket, just 1 run. Chanderpaul playing for Guyana U19s, West Indies U19. This is Raja, and it's going to be a wide as Chava, who gave up 3 singles in 3 deliveries, tried to be too cute. This one pulled by Raja, didn't get all of it, but the 50 is up for the Fort Lauderdale Lions. They go to 51. And at this point, Chava doing a good job of limiting any boundaries so far. Chanderpaul, 19 off of 17. Yorker dug it out, and that's the end of the 7th over, 51 without loss.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So it's going to be Siddiqui, the leg spinner, controlling. Look at the bounce that the wicket is providing the wrist spinners. Happened on the wicket just to the left of this field. It was Shazad for the Atlanta Fire getting bounce. And you saw another example of that from Siddiqui. And the reverse sweep by Raja to perfection. 4 runs. Attempted it against Siddiqui on the last ball of his last over. There was an appeal for LBW. It was given not out. This time Raja anticipating. And you don't see a better reverse sweep than that. 4 runs the result. One more to Raja. 56 now. Slower delivery by Siddiqui. Chanderpaul picks it up. One more. And the spinner's slowing things down. Again, getting to the pitch of the ball. And with that boundary, the reverse sweep by Raja to set the tone in this over. Batters are content to play in the V, play straight. Already 7 off of it. Siddiqui only gave up 3 runs in his first. Chanderpaul is beaten completely by the flight of the ball. And that is the end of over number 8. 58 without loss. So 8 overs are in the books. The Fort Lauderdale Lions putting up 58 without loss. Run rate at just about 7.25. Isaiah Raja and Chanderpaul trying to set the table for this Lions to get their first victory in 2024. Atlanta Lightning trying to keep up pace with Atlanta Fire, Morrisville Raptors, and Baltimore Royals. This one is short and pulled by Raja, and it's going to beat fine leg for 4. Raja got a boundary off of Siddiqui in the first ball of the last over with a reverse sweep, and does so again on this over. Short and given the works by Raja. Raja just turning off his legs now, just sort of stepping into the shot. Gets another single. It's keeping the scoreboard ticking, Raja. Goes to 63 without loss. And Raja enters the 40s. Tajnarain Chanderpaul, who struggled yesterday with just the 1 run. And he drives Chanderpaul, sort of digs it out. Well, just 1 run yesterday, but the match before that against Baltimore Royals, Chanderpaul's 60 off of 50 deliveries with 4 4s and 2 6s. Isaiah Raja opened the batting with him that day as well against the Royals and scored 20, putting on 38 for the first wicket. And this one keeps low right underneath Raja's bat. Chava. Very correct looking off drive by Raja. Head, balance, bat, all in perfect positioning. So just like the last over, the boundary set things up for the batters to just keep it turning for the rest of the over. 7 so far in this one. Last ball of the 9th. Flicked off the pads. And that's the end of the 9th over. Fort Lauderdale Lions, 66 without loss.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Chanderpaul, 22 off of 22. The Lions, excellent start between these two openers. Raja, 41 off of 32, 66 without loss. Siddiqui, the leg spinner. Chanderpaul comes down the track. Does he get all of it? And he beats long on. 4 runs to Chanderpaul. He breaks the shackles. Hasn't had a boundary in quite some time. And Siddiqui, who usually bowls flat and quick, well, Chanderpaul, little anticipation, down the track, getting to the pitch of the ball, and smashing it between mid-wicket and long on. Siddiqui bounces right back with not only a dot ball, but has Chanderpaul with second thoughts. And Siddiqui loses control of it. Chanderpaul doesn't. He whips it away. 1 bounce for 4. It's things you expect from a leg spinner every so often. Not an easy craft. And credit to Chanderpaul. It had to be somewhat of a surprise as the ball came waist height. And he whipped it away for 4. 8 off of just 3 after the first 3 deliveries. He goes to 30. And a flatter delivery follows as expected. Umkut Chand, the young wicketkeeper, trying to spur on Siddiqui. Also an opening batter for this Lightning team. Raja going across the line. So one more delivery for Siddiqui in this over. And Chanderpaul already with 2 boundaries under his belt. Does he attack Siddiqui or see him out in this last delivery? Tossed up beautifully, bowled by Siddiqui. Something you see in a test match. And 10 overs gone. We are halfway through the inning. It is 76 without loss.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So a quick look at the scorecard. Fort Lauderdale Lions won the toss and elected to bat. Did so yesterday. Didn't have the same success as they do today. Raja 42 of 33. Chanderpaul 31 of 27. Simadri, Chava and Posa the tidiest of the bowlers so far for the Lightning. Chava continues and a Yorker dug out by Raja. And a player only in form could have done something like that. Raja's last 3 scores, 20, 14, and currently 42 not out. And he got the shovel, got to work, and dug out that Yorker. And this one is off the outside edge of the bat. And after 3 tries, he gets the ball back in his hands, and that's none other than Shaish Saha. So Chava going back to his mark. Chanderpaul had 2 boundaries against Siddiqui in the last over. Is he ready to cut loose? Trying, but the Yorker works to perfection again from Chava. Here on Chenchu, U19 wicketkeeper. Again, pitched up right in the block hole. And the protection is there long off and long on. Batters just get 1. What we saw in the last delivery, Isaiah Raja rather, trying to loft the ball, got an outside edge to deep point, but he's looking around the ground as though he is ready to put bat to ball. Has faced 35 deliveries. He's on 43. Drives through this one. Chava. Again, Chanderpaul digs this one out. And this one at times it bounced over the stumps. Well, when he hits them straight, Chanderpaul. The last time he did this straight drive, it clattered against the stumps. And it prevented the boundary. This time, he gets it even better. Straight back down the ground, over the, over the stumps. Umpire takes evasive action, and he gets his boundary. And that's the end of Chavez over rather. It is 83 without loss after 11. Change of bowling and change of ends. Swipe tie. Coming back in. 3 overs, none for 20. And he's going to try to get a wicket against Isaiah Raja. Yesterday's match, swipe tie. 4 overs, 1 for 16. Was spectacular. Can't seem to match those figures today. Reverse sweep, huge appeal for LBW, and that's out. Isaiah Raja dipping to the well one too many times with the reverse sweep, and Schweib Tai gets his man. Brought back in the attack for this very reason, to break up the partnership. This one was full. It was stump to stump bowling, nothing special. But the anticipation by Isaiah Raja got it all wrong. And Tai gets his player. So the Lions lose their first wicket. 83 for 1. Raja has to go. Raja departing for 44 off of 38. 3 fours and 2 sixes. Excellent opening stand of 83 with his captain Chanjarang Chanapol. So Schweib Tai doing the job for his skipper. Mark Parchment coming back on, getting the breakthrough. And now can Atlanta Lightning creep through this crevice and get this game back under control? Mario Rampasad. This is Ravindra Prasad coming in. He out for naught yesterday. LBW to Patel. Offer just 2 deliveries. Gets a promotion in the lineup. And he's going to try to come in and put bat the ball, Prasad. Prasad just turns it around the corner, gets off the mark. Prasad is in a bit of a rut. His last 2 innings before this one. 2 ducks. 1 for 1 delivery. The second for 2 deliveries, which was yesterday. But now he's off the mark, so a little bit of relief for the right-hander. Chanapol cuts. And gets Prasad back on strike. Passar just whipping this one off his waist. Well, what a comeback by Swipe Tai. 3 overs, none for 20. And this is fourth. He gets his wicket. He breaks up the partnership. And at this point, full of confidence, Tangerine Chanderpaul can't find it. That's 12 overs in the books. Raja departs. Swipe Tai breaks the partnership. 86 for 1 after 12. So Posa back in the attack. And he's bowling to the big hit in Passar, the Bajan, who's played for Barbados Tridents in CPL. And Passar just pushes this one back. Very much an aggressive hitter. Ravindra Prasad. Played for Barbados U19s. Played for Barbados 11, St. Lucia Kings. Now facing Posa. Short delivery, cut away. And he's not going to miss many of those, Prasad. A loose delivery by Posa. And Prasad doesn't miss many of those. Short, wide, cut away for 4. Posa, back to Prasad. This one stays a little low. But Prasad stays behind it. Prasad's highest score in T20 cricket, 46. We'll be looking to emulate that. He has enough overs and time to put together a big score. He had 2 ducks in succession coming into this match. Tries to help this one over square leg, and he does just that. So Raja and Chanderpaul set the table for 83 after losing the first wicket, and they send in Prasad to get a move on and sort of upset the bowling attack with aggression. Coming across his stumps, Prasad, and just helping it over square leg for 4. So where does Posa go with it now? He pitched one up. Well, actually dropped one short and was cut away for 4. Then helped over square leg for 4 again. This one is full on drive. And Fani Simadri at the boundary feels this one. Chanderpaul, who was slowed down a little bit in the last few overs, 37 off of 32. Chanapol facing Posa. Whipped off his legs. Batter's thinking of two. Just the one. And that was Simadri out at the boundary. So at the end of 13 overs, 96 for 1.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Shoaib Tai, after getting the wicket of Isaiah Raja in the last over to break up this partnership at 83, comes back in for his last over. Chanapol works it away. Now, this is going to be an interesting contest. Tai, who's a very tight, accurate bowler, is going to go up against Robin Prasad, who has every intention of hitting the ball high and hard. Ravindra Prasad goes after him like we thought and dispatches it for 6 over mid-wicket. Nothing much Tai can do. He pitched it up and Prasad did the rest. Big shoulders, big hit, and another big boundary. Prasad plays in Canada in the Toronto District Cricket Association. Those numbers: 58 matches, 955 runs as he digs one out. Tai to Chanapol, tries to sweep it. So 8 runs already in this over. And Chanapol anchoring the innings, 39 off of 35. Just pushed into the offside. Ravindra Prasad, his top score so far this season is 27 off of 16 deliveries against the Morrisville Raptors on September 6th. And he lifts this one high in the air and it's gone for 4. Shoaib Tai being roughed up by the Bajan Prasad in his last over. He goes for 13. Tai just pitching it up in the block hole. Prasad getting it on the full and lifts it over for a boundary to end Tai's spell as the score races on to 109 for 1. Tai finishes of 4 overs, 1 for 38. Prasad 22 off of 10. Exactly the start the Lions needed. Welcome back to Lauderdale, Georgia. It is warm, it is toasty, and the Southern Division is heating up. Fort Lauderdale Lions, yet to get a win in 2024, have won the toss, decided to bat first, put on 83 for the first wicket between Raja and Chandapal. Raja departed for 44, and now Prasad has joined him in the crease, and the big hitter is 22 off of 10, 109 for 1. Lions poised to put up a competitive total for this Lightning team. Lightning trying to keep up with the pack, which is the Fire, the Raptors, and the Royals, to try and get into the playoffs. One's down the leg side. Remember, these matches were supposed to be played in Central Florida, in Groveland, in Orlando Galaxy. But because of the wet, sodden ground, it was decided to play back in Atlanta. But after this weekend's games, these teams head down to Fort Lauderdale, Broward County Stadium. Cut away by Chandapal. Does it have enough legs? Does not. 2 more to the total. So the Lions trying to make some noise in this division. They head down to Broward County Stadium next weekend, where there'll be a host of games with Raptors and the Royals, the Galaxy. Chandapal into the 40s, 42 off of 38. Goes after this one, and this has gone a long way. This is out of Lauderdale, Georgia. We're back in Atlanta. This is as good as gone. Get the new ball box out. Tangerine Chandapal just got a hold of Simadri and hit him to Venus. Left arm seamer pitched up on off stump, and he just got all of it. Every inch of it. Massive 6. If it was a bigger ground, it would have gone for 8. Chandapal races to 48 now. 117 for 1. Punched to cover. Do the batters come back for 2? Just the 1. Doesn't get easy for Simadri. He has to face Prasad, who has one thing in mind. Bat to ball. Prasad facing Simadri. And I think they've recovered the ball. We're not sure. But they found a ball nonetheless. Full toss. Toe of the bat. Cover is coming around. And it's 4. Starting to pour it on Prasad and Chandapal. Simadri trying to hide it. Going wide of off stump. Prasad got the toe of the bat to it, but it was enough to beat deep extra cover to the boundary. Ooh, outside edge. Oh, and third man has dropped it. Disappointment. Looks like it's Amit Puri may have put that one down. And that's the end of the over. It is 124 for 1 after 15.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Quick recap of Fort Lauderdale Lions' innings. Chandapol and Raja putting on 83. Raja finishing LBW to Trab tie for 44 off of 38. But Prasad has come in 28 out of 12. Chandapol just one run away from a half century. And Tai, even though he got the wicket, he's been roughed up in his 4 overs. Siddiqui, the leg spinner. Lost his run up, so he will try it again. 5 overs remaining. Don't forget Kevin Stout is still to come. Chandapol pushes to the gap, and that's his 50. His second half century of the season for Chandapol. He goes to 50 off of 41. Score goes to 125 for 1. And the man who is in the top 10 in runs scored in minor league cricket continues to produce. Dugout from leg stump was Prasad. Now Chandapol has his 50. Is there a change in demeanor? Had 60 against Baltimore Royals earlier this season in the 3rd match of the Lions season. Awkward shot by Chandapol off the back foot, but it was a full delivery. The front foot never came across to meet it. Down the ground, Chandapol. One bounce to long on. Ravindra Prasad. Short delivery, a quick delivery, and completely defeating, no, not defeating, but deceiving Ravindra Prasad. Oh, and he's bowled him. Prasad swinging for the trees, and his off stump has been rattled. Siddiqui gets the breakthrough on the last ball of his spell. He finishes at 4 overs, 1 for 23, and he gets the dangerous Prasad. Prasad swinging for the hills. And Siddiqui, 2 straight, 2 full. Prasad leaves for 22 off of 10 deliveries. There it was, spinning across the line. The ball never turned, kept going straight on. So it's 127 for 2 after 16. So joining Chanderpaul to the crease is fellow Guyanese cricketer Clinton Pistano, who made his first-class debut for Guyana in 2016-2017 in the 4-day competition. And now he's very involved in minor league cricket. So is the left-hander coming around the wicket to Chanderpaul. Just the one run. Simadri was roughed up by Prasad and Chanderpaul in the over before. And now Simadri gets a chance to bowl to a new batter. Had 37 off of 36 yesterday, Pistano. Was leading the charge for the Lions. But he came all the way in at number 8 for the Lions yesterday. Scored at a strike rate of 102. Promoted to number 4 and an in-swinger to the right-hander. Gets Pistano away. So just what the doctor ordered for Atlanta Lightning. After the wicket of Raja, Prasad came in and rocked the boat with Chanderpaul. Got them to 128. And now Simadri may slow things down and Chanderpaul tries to whip it away and he does. Protection at the boundary. But Simadri will take the singles at the moment. Score goes to 130. Chanderpaul 53. Prestano had 2 sixes yesterday, his only boundaries. Down the track he comes and a golf shot beats the outside edge. Extras the score. Chanderpaul gets back on strike. Pistano's last international match was Guyana versus Leeward Islands in Port of Spain in 2022. As for Chanderpaul, his last international match, West Indies, Australia in Brisbane in January. And this one, does it hit him on the pad? No, it comes off the toe of the bat. So at the end of a quiet over, 17 in the books, 132 for 2. Akil Posa, the U21 medium pacer, back in the attack. Bowling to Chandler Paul, who's looking to bat through the innings. Squirts this one to cover and they get a single. Now Pestano is a right-arm fast medium bowler who opened the bowling for Guyana a few years ago. Very much a lower order batter. Has a batting average of 19 in first-class cricket in just 11 matches. Scored 343 runs. Pestano chases that one, and that is an appeal for caught behind. Pestano can't believe it's not a wide. But it's a dot ball in the book. Posa goes back to his mark. Posa again. Driven on the up. Beautiful shot by Pestano. And that's a valuable boundary for the Lions. There was a question if the delivery before was a wide, but there's no question about this one. On off stump, on the up. He played right through the line of the ball. And a cover drive for the ages. Pestano was the leading wicket taker for Guyana in the 2018-2019 Regional Super 50 tournament with 15 wickets in 9 matches. He is known for the ball, not so much the bat. Off the toe of the bat, a slower delivery. Long off comes across. 2 more to the total. Has a first-class 50 under his belt. Pestano has a 69 for Guyana. And now the little scoop shots. Beats fine leg, and it's going to be 4. Well, he's starting to improvise, Pestano. And the runs are starting to flow for Guyana. Coming across his stumps. Little scoop, little flick. Beating short, fine leg. $11 so far in the over. Posa. And this one has got to be a wide. No doubt about that. Posa trying to hide the ball from Pestano. This has been one of the highest scores by Fort Lauderdale in this season. Their highest score was 152 against the Raptors. Can they top that? Cut away by Pestano. And there was a lot of mustard in that shot. Deep point didn't have a chance. A long hop, given the works. Score races on to 148 for 2. And the 2 Guyanese getting a move on. This time Pestano continuing where he left off yesterday. 37 yesterday. And smashes that over point. Chanderpaul, 55 off of 47. And Simadri was yet to get a wicket. Continues to operate from this end with Chanderpaul playing him with ease. And now it's a chance for the left-handed slinger to bowl to the hard-hitting Pestano. Lions with scores of 152, 148, 111 and 118. Pestano bat to ball, drives the cover, and the 150 comes up for the Lions. They are poised to set their largest total of the season and really test the Lightning in the Atlanta Paramveers Cricket Complex. Lost the match yesterday by scoring just 118. Lightning knocked it off with 4 wickets to spare. Today is not going to be that much easier. Whipped away on the full, and that's gone a long way. A towering 6 by Chanderpaul. And this is now officially their largest total of the season, surpassing the 152 on the opening day on September 6. Simadri has been struggling against Chanderpaul, a full toss, and just pummeled over square leg. He goes to 62, 156 for 2. And this is going to take a while to retrieve this ball. So after the massive 6, Chanderpaul continuing to roll, anchoring this innings, 62 off of 49. Largest score so far for the Lions this season, 156. And Simadri trying to hide the ball, and they get 2 wides. Simadri to Pestano. Just short of a length, goes over the shoulder of the bat. Quick word from Chanderpaul, the captain, to Pestano. Chanderpaul has had a lot of success against Simadri in this game. Just sharing a word of advice to his fellow Guyanese international. Dug out from outside off stump. Hit with a lot of power. With excellent fielding at the boundary. So, the last delivery of Simadri's spell. Bowling to Chanderpaul, who's had his number. Takes this one out. So a single means Chanderpaul will face the next ball of the next over. Simadri finishes of figures of none for 32 It's 157 for 2 after 19.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Last over of the Lions innings, Sumit Sudini. And this one has gone high in the air. Shanda Paul greeting the bowler with a boundary. Full toss, given the works. And you can't bowl there to an international batsman. You are going to get put away. So Chava coming in to bowl his last over. He was 3 overs, 1 for 20. No, actually none for 20. And Chanda Paul is now at 69. So the Fort Lauderdale Lions really putting the Lightning to the test. Chava, this one dug out. And is it going to be another boundary? It is. Score goes to 170. Chanda Paul is having the time of his life. Chava pitching it up. Digging it out was Chanda Paul. Question is, did it carry? Saw the umpire raise his hands for the 6. So 6 given, 172 on the board now. And this is slowly slipping away from Atlanta Lightning. 12 runs off the first 2 deliveries. And that's not going to scream confidence for Chava, who has 4 more deliveries to bowl to Chanda Paul. Parchment, the captain, coming across to have a word. And Chanda Paul, 75 or 52, has just been incredible. The anchor of the innings. Had some slow patches in between in this innings, but he has picked it up and really peppered the bowling over the last 20 minutes. And has set the table for this Lions team. 172 for 2. 4 deliveries remaining. This one is high in the air. Chanda Paul goes after it. Did he get any of it? 1 bounce. It dropped short of long on. But that's going to be a win for Chava. After 2 towering 6s. Actually, 1 towering 6, 1 flat 6. He singled to get Chanda Paul off strike. but the big hit in Pistano awaits. Outside off stump, and he's driven this on one knee over cover. And that's gone into the bushes. 6 runs for Pistano. 19 runs so far in the first 4 deliveries. And there's nowhere for Chava to go. This was Chanderpaul's second 6. And then Pistano got a 6 after as well. Where does Chava go? Nowhere to hide. Slower delivery. Well bowled. And we're down to the last over of this innings. Last ball of this innings, rather. And who else but Tajnarine Chanderpaul is going to face it? 76 not out off of 53 deliveries. He's hit 2 sixes so far in this over. And Chava can't wait for it to end. Chanderpaul, slower delivery again. And they get a single. And that takes the total to 180 for 2. The end of the innings. Incredible performance by Tajnarine Chanderpaul, the West Indies international. 77 off of 54, anchoring this innings. Well supported, of course. But the Lions put up their highest total of the season and are really going to put the Lightning to the test. Chanderpaul 77 off 54. Opening partnership with Isaiah Raja, who got 44 of 120, of 83 rather. And then Prasad came in 29 off of 15. Pistano, fantastic, 24 off of 13 to take them to 181 for 2. Swabtai, the usual strike bowler, roughed up. 4 overs, 1 for 38. 9.5 runs and over for him. Posa, 11 runs and over in his 4. But the best of the bowlers, Siddiqui, the leg spinner, 4 overs, 1 for 23. The only one you can hang your hat on. But dominant performance by the Lions, who are last in the Southern Division, but they did not play like that today. Can they protect this 180, 181? Quick summary, Chanderpaul again, 77 off 54. Raja, 44 off 38. Prasad supporting, 25, 29 off 15. And the only real bowler to talk about is Siddiqui, 1 for 23. Simadri roughed up for 34. So the highest total of the season for the for the Lions, 181. So 182 needed to win off of 20. We'll be right back with the second innings. Early on in the innings. So tie to Chanderpaul. And this one is whipped away. There's cover on the onside. So a single for Chanderpaul. 10 of runs scored in minor league cricket 2024. And Raja goes after this one. Lifts it over cover. Will it get to the boundary? It doesn't. Ty to Raja. Raja's down the ground. He meets Ty and helps this one over long on. Chikli, Gujarat in India. And Raja has swept him again over mid-wicket for 6. Raja lifts this one over cover. Does it have enough legs on it? It does. Down the hill it goes. 4 more to Raja. On the toss and elected to bat. This one is short and cut away by Chanderpaul, and it's 4. Starting to find his groove. And this one is pulled high in the air, and it is going to fall just short of deep mid-wicket. A drop catch in the deep. And a reverse facing Chava, the new bowler, right arm medium pace around to the left-hander, Siddiqui. And the reverse sweep by Raja to perfection. 4 runs for Raptors and Baltimore Royals. This one is short and pulled by Raja, and it's going to beat fine leg for 4. 66 without loss. Siddiqui, the leg spinner. Chanderpaul comes down the track. Does he get all of it? And he beats long on. And Siddiqui loses control of it. Chanderpaul doesn't. He whips it away. 1 bounce for 4. Chava. Again, Chanderpaul digs this one out. And this one at times it bounced over the stumps. Can't seem to match those figures today. Reverse sweep. Huge appeal for LBW. And that's out. Isaiah Raja dipping to the well 1 too many times with the reverse sweep, and Schweib. Short delivery, cut away. And he's not going to miss many of those, Prasad. A loose delivery by Posa. In succession coming into this match. Tries to help this one over square leg. And he does just that. Goes after him, like we thought. And dispatches it against the Morrisville Raptors on September 6th. And he lifts this one high in the air. And it's gone for 4. Goes after this one. And this has gone a long way. This is out of Lauderdale, Georgia. We're back in Atlanta. This is as good as gone. Get the new ball. But they found a ball nonetheless. Full toss. Toe of the bat. Cover is coming around. And it's 4. Ooh, outside edge. Oh, and third man has dropped it. Get Kevin Stout is still to come. Chanderpaul pushes to the gap, and that's his 50. His second half century of the season for Chanderpaul. He goes to 50 off of 41. Oh, and he's bowled him. Prasad swinging for the trees. Poso again. Driven on the up. Beautiful shot by Pestano. 69 for Guyana. And now the little scoop shots. Beats fine leg, and it's going to be 4. Can they top that? Cut away by Pestano. And there was a lot of mustard in that shot. Wickets to spare. Today is not going to be that much easier. Whipped away on the full, and that's gone a long way. A towering 6 by Chanderpaul over of the Lions innings, Sudini. And this one has gone high in the air. Chanderpaul greeting the bowler with a boundary. Really putting the Lightning to the test. Shava, this one dug out. And is it going to be another boundary? It is. Score goes to outside off stump, and he's driven this on one knee over cover. And that's gone into the bushes. Chanderpaul, slower delivery again. And they get a single. And that takes the total to 180 for 2. The end of the innings. Incredible performance by Tajnarine Chanderpaul, the West Indies international. 77 off of 54, anchoring this innings. Well supported, of course. But the Lions put up their highest total of the season.
You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.
Welcome back to beautiful Lauderdale, Georgia, where the Fort Lauderdale Lions have put up their highest total of the minor league 2024 season, 181, off of the shoulders of their captain, Tangerine Chandapol, who is undefeated from start to finish on 70 odd. And now Atlanta Lightning have to chase down their biggest total of the season to try to keep pace with Atlanta Fire, Morrisville Raptors, and Baltimore Royals in the Southern Division. The two opening batters will be Chenchu, the wicketkeeper, who had 19 off of 18 yesterday. And it's going to be Prasad Murthy, who only got 5 runs from 7 deliveries. Opening bowler, Pistano, the Guyanese. Beautiful outswinger. Pistano, of course, a hero with the bats in the last innings, who finished undefeated with Chandapol. A short delivery, and that was quick. A lot of bounce and pace, well over the batter's shoulder, and that's a wide delivery. Here's that bounce that Pistano just got. It was quick. Nothing much that Murthy can do with it. So the first runs on the board come from extras. A wide from Pistano. Outside of stump and a second wide. Pistano with the bat, 24 of 13. 3 fours and a 6. The partner, Chandapol, who finished with 77 off of 54. 5 fours and 4 sixes at a strike rate of 142. Mammoth total of 181 for 2 from the Lions. Oh, this one beat the outside edge. Murthy was nowhere near it. Pistano, his bowling delivery or figures yesterday. 2 overs, none for 20. Didn't get any success. And Murthy is saying there was some movement in the background. That's why he pulled away. And we see the excitement and energy from Tucker at slip. Trying to get his team riled up to get their first victory of the season. Pistano beautifully punched away to the offside, but fielded at point. Adam Khan at U21. U21 player at point fielding. In slip, it's Elton Tucker Jr., another U21 player. Short delivery again. But delivery with pace. Something that batters never like. Pistano, the Guyanese, has an excellent balance and form and pace about him. He's given up 3 runs so far in this inning. 2 wides and a single. And a first delivery for Chenchu, the busy wicketkeeper batter. Keeps his scoreboard ticking, Chenchu. Tries to cut it, beats the outside edge. And that's the 5th ball of the first innings. Mario Rampasad behind the stumps for the Lions. Again, just one chop down and Rampasad gets down to it. Excellent fielding by the wicketkeeper. The end of the first over. And the pressure is mounting already on the Lightning. 3 without loss after 1. So to bowl the second over, it's Ravindra Prasad. Had 22 off of 10 deliveries with the bat. And yesterday, he bowled 4 overs, none for 15. Was as tight as you can get for a spinner. And he's bowling in the power play. It's going to be Murthy. Only 5 runs yesterday off of 7 deliveries. He's going to try to make amends today. The opener for the Lightning against Prasad. And a wide delivery from the left-arm orthodox bowler, coming around the wicket to the right-hander. No Sunny Patel in the lineup for the Lightning. And Prasad gets a dot ball. This one punched to point. And a misfield allows the batters to come for 1. So Chenchu not off the mark yet, facing 3 deliveries. Taking on Prasad. An appeal for LBW. Umpire thinking long and hard about it. Not out. And the batters come back for 2, do they? Yes, they do. 2 byes. 2 leg byes. Excellent delivery by Prasad, who was so tight yesterday and has gone back to his line and length today. Maybe it was too high, but I tell you what, it was going straight, didn't turn. Chenchu survives. Still on note. Quick single. Six runs generated so far in this over. 4 of those extras. Prasad Gets the inside edge. He's been a little bit unlucky, Prasad, in this over. Had an LBW appeal that was really, really close for Chenchu. Now then inside edge for 2. So the end of 2 overs, it is 10 without loss.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Murthy facing the quick Pistano, who's steaming in as this team sees that they have a chance to get their first victory of the season. And this one is high, over mid-on. And that's gone for a towering 6. Deep within the forest. And the reluctant long-on fielder has to take the long trek into the forest to get this one. Pitched up, played right through the line of it. Picked it up and dispatched it into the bushes. Massive strike by Murthy. He gets going, his first boundary. First boundary of the innings. It's 16 without loss. Now does the referee ask for a new ball? Let's see. Pistano pitching it up, and Murthy just keeping his head down, but getting the blade right underneath the ball and lifting it far, far into the forest. This could be problematic. May need a bulldozer, a tractor, and the groundsman to get this one back. So a short delivery, and this one is it going to be a wide? It is. A little too much excitement from Pistano. He loses his footing. You like to see the pace, but it's not directed. Comes steaming in, full of emotion, like you want your fast bowler to be, but then bangs it in short, falls over, cartwheels, and gets a wide. Pistano, Murthy just punches and gets a boundary. Beautifully played by Murthy. Prasad Murthy getting a move on. Hit a towering 6. This one outside off stump. And he just pushed it past point for 4. Well, as we mentioned, Murthy only getting 5 runs yesterday. And his minor league career, 7 matches for 95 runs at an average of 15.83. He's already 13 off of 10. His highest score, 34. But he seems to be settling just fine. And now this Fort Lauderdale Lion team, who was so pumped up with their 181, And now seeing Pastano, their lead bowler, being taken for 8 runs, 9 runs in the first 2 deliveries. Better comeback ball by Pastano. Pastano, a slower delivery to Murty, going underneath the bat and a dot ball. If he can vary his pace, Pastano, he can really upset batters because he is quick, zippy as they would say. And if he can hold a couple of them back, can really challenge the timing of the batters. Murty started off the season against the Morrisville Raptors with an 18 off of 20 deliveries. And he punches this one to mid-wickets. We're in the power play. So that is the end of the third over. It is 22 without loss.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Last week, Saturday, Murty, in the first match of the Atlanta Derby, where the Lightning won, came in at number 4 and scored 15 off of 15 in a winning effort. And Chinshu goes after this. He gets his first boundary. He went after Prasad. And the left-arm orthodox bowler pitched it up too far for the wicketkeeper batter. And he got to the pitch of the ball and drove it for 4. Aaron Chinshu, the star of the show in the Sunday match. Actually, that was Murty who hit that shot, not Chinshu. And he pulls this one high. Chinshu in full flow. Murty rather. That's 6 more. Well, Murty, who never really cut loose so far this season, is beginning to cut loose. Drove one back over the bowler's head for 4. Steps back and pulls one over mid-wicket for 6. And the runs are starting to flow for the Atlanta Lightning. Behind this man, Murty, Prasad Murty, 24 off of 15. It's now 32 without loss. And Prasad has to find an answer. And he does just that. Can at the boundary. Just 1. But that would do for the Lions, who are just seeing a steady flow of boundaries in the last couple of deliveries. Chinshu keeps it ticking. .148 needed. So far, 34 without loss is the Lightning. The Lions had a terrific opening partnership between Raja and Chandapol. Can the Lightning replicate that and go after this 181 total? Prasad. Cutting is Murty. And it drops just short of third man. So that is the end of the fourth over. It is 35 without loss. So coming into bowl is Tagars. Tagars did not bowl yesterday, were brought into the lineup today. And will get a chance to bowl his medium pace against Chenchu and Murty. And Murty is cutting loose. He's been merciless. 26 off of 18. Scanning the field. Still 2 overs to go in the power play. As these two setting the table for the Lightning. And right on top of off is Tagars. Tagars down the leg side, just turned off the hips by Murty. So Prasad Murthy gets back for 2. He goes to 28. Score ticking over 37 without loss. Tagars. Bit of bat and pad. And a single gives Chenchu strike. Well, the busy little wicketkeeper batter is 2 runs off of 6. But he's been very successful this season in anchoring the innings for the Lightning. Keeping the scoreboard ticking. Coming across his stumps, is turning it around using the pace of the ball. Does it have the legs? It does. Expertly played by Chenchu. Delicately just working the ball off of his pads for a boundary. Coming right off the meat of the bat, using the pace of the ball. And a delicate boundary for Chenchu. 42 without loss. Run rate at 9 and over. Chasing 181. And this one is high in the air. Chenchu's got under it. And it's a boundary. Chenchu has been watching Murty on the other end. Smack balls all over the boundary. 6s and 4s. Now the little man is getting involved. A wristy shot over mid-wicket. 4 more to the total. Chenchu goes to 12, 48 now. Actually, that was a maximum from Chenchu. So 13 so far off the over. Where does Tagars go to get a dot ball? Outside edge, just past the outside edge. And that'll be the end of the 5th over. 1 over to go in the power play. It is 48 without loss. So coming into bowl, Isaiah Raja, who has come up with some big moments in bowling in his career. The Trinidad and Tobago born cricketer, plays for the Queen's Park Oval, has certainly been around the globe playing cricket, and he's going to get an opportunity to come in with his off spinners and make a difference. So we get back our feed as Isaiah Raja was greeted for 9 runs in his first over. And it's 57 without loss. Atlanta Lightning going guns. And Chenchu 19 off of 13 and Murty 31 off of 23 have responded well against this Lions team that put on a masterful performance. And this one goes high in the air and Murty is not happy. It falls short. He felt he could do more with that delivery. Chanderpaul and Raja put on 83 for the first wicket. And now these two, after the power play, 58 runs on the board. Absolutely impressive. Siddiqui, the left-arm spinner. This one is short and cut away by Murthy. But now there's protection after the power play, just a single. Siddiqui, Chenchu cutting. Not much room to operate. Siddiqui brought into the team. Did not get a chance to bowl yesterday in the loss to the Lightning. And so far he's been accurate, no boundaries. Trying to slow down things in the innings as the power play has been completed. Oh, and this one goes right underneath the bat of Murty. And that's the end of the 7th over. It's 61 without loss.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Isaiah Raja coming back to bowl his second over. Went for 9 in his first. Understand this, Isaiah Raja against the Morrisville Raptors, which is the second place team in this division, 2 weeks ago. Figures of 4 overs, 3 for 11. He has that type of pedigree and can get down on batters really quickly. Chenchu really playing himself into this innings, 21 off of 16. Mario Rampasad behind the stumps for the Lions. Got 50 yesterday. Didn't get a chance to bat today. And this one is high in the air. Did he get all of it? It is really high. And the fielder takes a catch. Tucker Jr., the U19 player, takes a great catch down at the boundary. And the first wicket falls. Raja gets the breakthrough. It was the dangerous Murty getting under it. And the turn getting the edge. It stayed up there what seemed to be minutes. But Tucker Jr. did a great job in taking the catch. So Murty has to depart. 62 for the loss of the first wicket. And the wicketkeeper, well, one of the wicketkeepers, Chenchu is the keeper, but Chan, who wicket keeps sometimes, comes to the wicket to join Chenchu. Fantastic knock by Prasad Murthy. 33 off of 27, 2 fours and 2 sixes. And now Chan has to join Chenchu, 62 for 1. Chan had 19 off of 18 deliveries yesterday in an opening effort with swipe tie. Facing Raja, who's trying to repair after that expensive first over. Pulling. And Chand is away. Isaiah Raja to Chenchu rather. Punching, and the busy worker bee in the wicket gets another single. Raja with those quick leg spinners. Not much turn, but he gets the bounce and a little deviation off the wicket. So just a single. Raja starting to rebuild things. A wicket and 3 runs in the over. Top edge. And he's caught. Chan departs. Actually, it's Chenchu, who is 23 off of 18. Tries to pull Raja. He gets his second wicket in the over. And the tall leg spinner from Trinidad and Tobago starting to leave his mark. He has now gotten both openers in this over. It was too full for Chenchu to pull. He tried anyway, got the top edge. And that short third man takes the catch. So Chenchu departs for 23 off of 18. The second wicket falls for 64. Swipe Tai, who opened the innings with Chan yesterday, comes in at number 4. The all-rounder, 12 runs off of 16 deliveries, 2 fours. He was caught by Raja. Bol Khan comes to the wickets. Both batters in caps. Actually, it is Chan who has the cap. So Tai will be getting a chance to face Raja with his last ball in his second over. He has bounced right back after an expensive first over. Now he's gotten 2 wickets in this one. So swipe Tai. The 34-year-old from India facing Raja. First delivery. Cuts. No run and a fantastic comeback over from Raja. 2 wickets and just 3 runs in it. After 8, it's 64 for 2.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Chan batting. Ty on the other end. Outside off stump, driven. And deep cover comes across. So actually it's Chenchu, not Chan. The opener still out there, 23 off of 18, now 24 off of 19. And it's going to be Finley. Finley didn't get a chance yesterday to bowl. And he's continuing with his second over. The left-arm orthodox bowler. Oh, a thick outside edge. Beats the keeper, and that's going to be 4. Perfectly pitched in front of the right-hander. And Poor was nowhere near it. Poor. Big outside edge. He was going for the big hit. But sometimes those are the best shots in the books. 4 more to the total. $64 for 4. Actually, 64 for 2. So Chan in the wicket. It was Chenchu departed for 23. And Shoaib Tai against Siddiqui. This one comes right back into him. No turn. So both openers back in the pavilion as Siddiqui operates. A little bit of turn from this one. $114 runs needed in 11.3. Just about 9, just under 10 runs and over required. And with bowling like this from Siddiqui, it's going to be a long road for the Lightning. Siddiqui pitched up, driven by Chan. So the opening pair are back in the wickets today. 43rd wicket, and it's going to be 68 for 3 after 9. Change of bowling. Kevin Stout, the former Barbadian international, is coming into bowl. And we talk about legends in minor league cricket. Yes, it's only 4 seasons long, but you're looking at one. Medium pace wonder, and is in the top 5 in minor league cricket with wickets taken over the years. Kevin Stout yesterday bowling figures of just 1 over, none for 10. And it's going to be a little bit of a change in the field. Stout got his mark, and all the batters are getting some advice from the pavilion. The umpires coming across to have a word to make sure the players get back to their marks. And here's the points table. Baltimore Royals and Morrisville Raptors did their damage early in the first 2 weeks of the season. 9 points from 6. Each have 4 victories. Atlanta Fire defeating the Orlando Galaxy. Back-to-back games, Friday, Saturday, now have 8 points. The Lightning, trying to keep up with those 3 teams, have to try to get a total of 181 today. As we take a look at the over-by-over chart, with the Lions starting off really powerfully with Raja and Chandapol, then slowing down. Prasad came in, picked things back up. And here's the worm chart with over-by-over. Atlanta Lightning at this moment on point, on par with the Fort Lauderdale Lions. Thing is, Chandapol, who stayed in the wicket, continued that worm, that trajectory. And Stout already, as we expected, gets a dot ball. He's the consummate professional. Stout. And this one is pulled away beautifully. Mark Parchment, the captain, has come in and pulled this one behind square for 4. Stout just a fraction short. Parchment rocking back and using that wrist to roll it past backward square for 4. Parchment yesterday, 11 runs off of 18 deliveries. And a bit of a struggle. Lost his wicket to Raja, caught behind. And it's Kevin Stout operating again. Outside off stump, and it's going to be a wide. Stout again. The Parchment. Oh, and this one got some lift. No chance for Parchment to get a piece of that. Kevin Stout with a little bit of seam action. Going away from the right-hander and getting some bounce. This one drifting down the leg side. Excellent stop by Rampasad. Valuable dot ball for the Lions. Stout. This one pushed to the offside. $77 for 3 now. 9.5 overs gone. 105 needed. Game still hanging in the balance. That mammoth total of 181 off the shoulders of Chanderpaul, Raja. Can the Lions get their first victory of the season? Stout pitched up right into the block hole. And a single. So that concludes half of the innings. 10 overs gone. 79 for 3. The Lions still in the hunt.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So continuing is Siddiqui, the left-arm spinner. And opening the face of the bat is Mark Parchment. And the fielder finally finds the ball. And just a single. And Siddiqui hitting his straps again. A dot ball. This is all adding up for some pressure on the Lightning. The Lions want to win their first match of the season, and the Lightning want to keep pace with the Raptors, the Royals, and the Fire. Siddiqui. This one being punched, and a misfield in the covers, allowing the batters to get back for a second. Swipe tie now on 11, matching the score that he made yesterday. Actually, Ty had 12. Oh, and this one beats the outside edge. Excellent delivery by the left-arm orthodox bowler. And this one played across the line. And there's a peel. And looks like Shoaib Tai is gone. Siddiqui gets the breakthrough. And it's the last ball of the 11th over. Tai was trying to get a move on. Played across the line. And Siddiqui gets his man. So the 4th wicket falls. And Atlanta Lightning starting to feel the pressure at 83 for 4. Amit Pori comes in, and he's going to have to settle in with Mark Parchment as they have 9 overs left to get 99 runs. So Kevin Stout to bowl his second over. Wide outside off stunt, and Parchment gets all of it right down deep cover's throat. Wicket number 5 for the Lions. And it's that man, Isaiah Raja, who's in the thick of things with 2 wickets and now a catch after 44 with the bat. And Parchment, the danger man, the skipper, has to depart for 7 off of just 9. And it's 83 for 5 now. So Kevin Stout, the ageless wonder from Barbados, who has been a loyal soldier for Fort Lauderdale Lions since the origin of the minor league cricket tournament, gets the breakthrough, gets Mark Parchment. And now he's going to have to bowl to Subesh Sankar, the U19 player. Sankar has an opportunity to score his 99 runs needed off of 53 deliveries. Dot ball for Stout. Stout to Sankar, just outside the off stump and just past the outside edge. Stout again, cut away by Sankar. He's off the mark. But with Pori and Sankar now coming into the wicket, 2 new batters. The scoring rate is going to start slowing down. And then unneeded risks will have to be taken. So the left-handed Pori So 2 deliveries left. Stout staying over the wicket to the left-hander. This one just about waist height. Squirted down past point. And 2 more to the total. And that's the sort of desperation that the Lightning need now at the wicket with their 2 youngsters, Pori and Sanka. If they're not getting boundaries, they have to be 2s and singles. And if there's one man that knows that, Kevin Stout. Again, beating the outside edge, and Kevin Stout hitting his straps. 3 runs and a wicket in that over. After 12, it's 86 for 5.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So the U19 player, Sanka, with a big opportunity. Siddiqui, bowling flat left-arm orthodox spin. And it's well fielded by Khan at the boundary. Two more to the total, 88 for 5. 47 deliveries remaining, 94 needed, 12 runs and over. Opening the face of the bat is Sanka, beautifully played behind square, and he gets a boundary. Don't always need power to get a boundary. Sanka understanding nobody in third man and just running the ball, using the pace of the ball behind square to get a boundary. Opening the face of the bat and gets the result he wants. This one just pushed forward. So 92 for 5. Atlanta Lightning, desperate to try to get to this 181, to keep up with the fire, the Raptors and the Royals. So Pori, the left-hander, had a hard time in his first over, facing the left-handed Siddiqui. And he cuts, but he can't get close enough to it. The ball just too close to the body. Oh, and this one keeps low, and Paul gets his bat to it and gets a single. Batter's looking for two. And that is the end of the 13th over, 94 for 5.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
One score for the Lions, 77 off of 54. Raja, 44 off of 38. They put on 83 for the first wicket. Prasad came in with a quick fire 29. Then Murthy responded with Chenchu. Excellent opening partnership by the Lightning. Then things slowed down as Raja got 2 quick wickets. Siddiqui got 1, so too Stout. And the score at the moment, Lightning struggling at 94 for 5 with 12 runs per over required to get the total. Kevin Stout to Pori. Another quick single. Batters want to put pressure on the fielders, but at the moment, the Lions desperate for a result. Stout. Cross-batted shot off the toe of the bat. Still a single. And at this point, the Lightning desperately need boundaries. A little look over to the pavilion by Pori. And a nod of the head. Kevin Stout understanding what is needed from him in this stage of the game. He's seen it all and he's done it all. Outside off stump, fantastic cover drive. And that's gone to the boundary. Excellent shot by Pori, his first boundary of the evening. And it's an eloquent cover drive to get the score to 3 figures. Just outside off stump. And he hit the ball on the up. $100 up for Atlanta Lightning. 100 for 5. 82 now needed off of 45 deliveries. 51 deliveries, rather. Full toss, driven, square drive. And another boundary, is it? No, stopped by Khan. So as my math fails me, I will go back and correct it. 2 more to the total, so 79 needed off of 38 deliveries. It is going to take something special from Sanka and Pori, climbing closer to that 13 run per over mark. Kevin Stout hunting dot balls and ones. Lightning are hunting for boundaries. And this is pulled outside off stump. Man in the deep has come across. Did he take the catch? I believe he did. Sanka has to depart. Stout gets the wicket. Sanka trying to drag this thing from outside off stump over mid-wicket. And the man in the deep takes the catch. And this Lions team looks like a team on a mission to try and get that first victory of the 2024 season. So the 6-wicket falls, 101 on the board. New batter is Chava. He has come into an almost impossible situation. Had 10 runs yesterday off of 4 deliveries. And this one goes down to square leg. Batter's thinking of 2. So Chava is off the mark. And that'll be the end of the 14th over. A wicket and 7 runs coming from it. 8 runs rather. 102 for 6. Change of bowling for Fort Lauderdale Lions. It is going to be the young Khan, Adam Khan, U21 player. And Adam Khan has been greeted with a shot over cover. And I believe it's a maximum. Khan's first delivery of the innings. Bowling to Chava, who just came in. It was tossed up and just helped over mid-wicket for 6. Adam Khan was absolutely spectacular yesterday. Oh, he's got a cotton ball, is it? He has. Adam Khan gets the breakthrough in his second delivery. A lovely looping leg break. And as Chava tried to turn it, it got a leading edge. And the youngster gets a breakthrough. He was simply spectacular yesterday. Adam Khan, 4 overs, 3 for 15. Comes in, bowls a full toss, gets hits for 6. And in his very next delivery, gets Chava for 7. Lightning go down 108 for 7 now. So a new batter, and Adam Khan is continuing to spin a web from since yesterday. Oh, and his pitches went up too far, and it's absolutely stroked to the extra cover boundary for 4. It's Siddiqui, Junaid Siddiqui, who didn't get a chance to bat yesterday, gets his opportunity today. And the leg spinner, one of those looping leg break bowlers that you love to see, will get you wickets but also cost you runs. This one is quicker, shorter, and cut away for 1. Khan. Oh, and a googly, a wrong on to the left-hander. Gets a single. So a 4, a wicket, a 4 and 2 singles, 10 runs and a wicket for the young Khan. Going across the line is Siddiqui, and it's taken in the deep. Khan gets his second. It's Raja with those safe pair of hands. Atlanta Lightning starting to crumble. And the looping leg breaker, Adam Khan. 3 wickets yesterday, 2 wickets in his first over today. Gets Siddiqui in the deep. They give up runs, but they get wickets, leg spinners. 114 for 8 after 15. It is Elton Tucker Jr. coming to bowl left-arm Chinaman. He has been around the minor leagues for the last couple of seasons. Tucker Jr. has played with the Fort Lauderdale Lions consistently throughout the seasons, and is getting a chance to come in late in the match and close this one out. Tucker Jr. around the wicket to the left hand, and he's bowling behind his back. And Poirier pulled his hamstring to go with it as well. Insult to injury. And Tucker Jr. gets a wicket on his first delivery. And the Lions are strolling to their first victory of the season. Elton Tucker Jr. coming left arm around to the left-handed Poirier. With that high action, Poirier trying to sweep and hits the top of leg. And he hurt his leg. You can see him pull the hamstring, and that's going to leave a mark. And Tucker Jr. has left a mark on his leg stump. So we're down to the last batter for the Lightning. Siddiqui departs for 5 off of 3. Pori departs as well. 114 for 9. And Tucker Jr. is trying to finish things off. Flashing outside off stump is no run. And this one on the inside edge onto the pad. And most number 11s look like number 11s. And at this point, they have lived up to the bill. He's been beaten 3 deliveries out of 3. And at this point, the Lightning are staring down the gun of a barrel. Outside off stump. And he's nowhere near it. Tucker Jr. And it's a wide delivery from the spinner. So it's Akil Posa in the wicket. And here's Tucker Jr. And that's going to go for a single. And that will end Tucker Jr.'s over. Atlanta Lightning 115 for 9. And we're in the 17th. Adam Khan, the U21 player, to continue. Got 3 for 14 yesterday. Got 2 wickets in his first over today. And he just completely bamboozles the batter. Tossed up and he's gone after it. A high arcing shot. Over long on. And it's in with the squirrels. Passad is not happy. This one pitched up. And he met it with aggression, authority. And a long 6 over long on. So Khan to continue with his looping leg breaks. Gone after him again off the toe of the bat. And just a single. So Fani Samadri, the number 10, is taking strike. And he just opens the face of the bat. And this one goes down to the boundary. Nope. There's a backup down there, just the one. So Samadri is off the mark. Khan. And this one is just punched to long on for another single.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Elton Tucker Jr., who got a wicket with his first ball, he got the Amit Pore bowling him behind his back, is going to continue. And they're down to their last batter, the Atlanta Lightning. And Tucker Jr. is just going to try to keep things honest as the Lions are strolling to their first victory of the season. Outside off stump, flashed away. Again, no run, and Tucker Jr. And there's another cut shot, but a lot of protection on the offside for Tucker Jr. So the dot balls rack up as the Lightning almost conceding. And it's an appeal for LBW and it's given out. Elton Tucker Jr. comes in and wraps things up for the Fort Lauderdale Lions as they win their very first game of the minor league 2024 cricket season. And the tall left-arm orthodox bowler who has been in charge since he's come on has trapped him LBW for the last wicket. So the Lions win emphatically over the Lightning. After losing to the Lightning yesterday by 4 wickets, they come back today and win in a canter. And it was from their incredible opening stand between Chanderpaul and Raja to put up that mammoth total. It was too much pressure on the Lightning, and the bowlers have responded for the Lions to get their first victory in their first 5 matches. So incredible 181 put up by the Lightning. The Lions rather. Chanderpaul 77, Raja 44. And then incredible bowling performance by Khan and company to subdue this Lightning team to 120 plus. So a 60 plus run win for the Lions to get their first victory. And they will stroll off of here and they will come back tomorrow and do it again. As for now, the Lightning gets their first victory and the Lions get their first victory and the Lightning stays stuck on 6 points, chasing the Fire, the Morrisville Raptors, and the Baltimore Royals. Well, for all of us from the broadcast team, SC Tech Productions, my name is Ryan Davis. See you all tomorrow for Minor League 2024 action presented by Sonico. Thank you and good night. An appeal for LBW. Umpire thinking long and hard about it. Not out. Chance to get their first victory of the season. And this one is high. Over mid-on. And that's gone for a towering 6. Pistano, Murthy just punches and gets a boundary. Beautiful in a winning effort. And Chinshu goes after this. He gets his first boundary. He shot, not Chinshu. And he pulls this one high. Chinshu in full flow. Murthy rather. That's 6 more. Coming across his stumps, is turning it around using the pace of the ball. Does it have the legs? It does. And this one is high in the air. Chinshu's got under it. 50 yesterday. Didn't get a chance to bat today. And this one is high in the air. Did he get all of it? It is really high. And the fielder takes a catch. Tucker Jr., the U19 player, takes a great catch down at the boundary. And the foot top edge. And he's caught. Chan departs. Actually, it's Chinshu. Oh, a thick outside edge. Beats the keeper, and that's going to be 4. Perfectly pitched, Stout. And this one is pulled away beautifully. Mark Parchment, the captain. And this one played across the line. And there's a peel. And looks like Shribetai is gone. So Kevin Stout to bowl his second over. Wide outside off stunt, and Parchment gets all of it right down deep cover's throat. Opening the face of the bat is Sanka. Beautifully played behind square. And he gets a boundary. Don't always need power to get a boundary. Outside off stump. Fantastic cover drive. And that's gone to the boundary. Sanka trying to drag this thing from outside off stump over mid-wicket. And the man in the deep takes the catch. Adam Khan, U21 player. And Adam Khan has been greeted with a shot over cover. Adam Khan was absolutely spectacular yesterday. Oh, he's got a cotton ball, is it? He has. Adam Khan gets the breakthrough in his second delivery. Is continuing to spin a web from since yesterday. Oh, and his pitches went up too far. And it's absolutely stroked to the extra cover boundary for 4. Wicket for the young Khan. Going across the line is Siddiqui. And it's taken in the deep. Khan gets his second. Tossed up and he's gone after it. A high arcing shot. Over long on. And it's an appeal for LBW and it's given out. Elton Tucker Jr. comes in.
Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.